Fucking hell. I don't know, it's just a wooden neck, innit? With strings on it and a solid body. And it feels good to play. That's it. So Jeff and I decided to come up with a cheaper version of the AJ model. And we've come up with this. So a couple of the features with this guitar. This has an Evertune on, but you can decide whether you want an Evertune or not, or just a standard fixed hip shot bridge. The other thing with the body is it doesn't have the carved top as well, so we've just decided to go for a flatter top with a solid colour, and you know, you can pretty much pick whatever you want for the colour and stuff. One of the other main features of this is it's actually a bolt-on neck construction rather than set neck through, which is what's available on my normal AJ guitars. It's an older body, still got the same pickup configuration as my standard AJ models, and but yeah, you know, the fact that we're cutting back on a few of the options, but still coming out with like a quality guitar, just kind of makes this thing equally as desirable. We've been through a few different versions of these just to kind of make sure that we've got it just perfect and just right, but this pretty much plays perfectly for me, and it feels exactly like I'm playing one of my normal AJ guitars. It's just slightly more affordable. I don't know, it feels alright, sounds good. Fucking buy it and see it for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Jeff Kiesel, Keysole Guitars, hanging out for this week's live Q&A. And I got some cool guitars to show off to you guys. One of them is Deal of the Hour, which means it's at a special price for this 1 hour time frame while we're live. That's this guy right here. And then I have the Jason Becker brand new model, the Yin Yang. And Andy James, his brand new, maybe his new personal favorite. We'll see. He's pretty hyped about the guitar, pretty excited about it. So let's jump right into it. Let's kick it off with the Jason Becker guitar. So I did do a video on this, which is on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a video on this. There's the product video, which is a couple minutes. And there's a little more in-depth video where I talk about this guitar and show off Jason's other 2 guitars that we make for him, the tribute models. And so that video is on YouTube. So if you want a lot of information and maybe some comparisons, you can check that video out. But this is the brand new Yin Yang guitar. These are 24 3/4 scale, bolt-on neck. You can see the original Floyd Rose locking nut, custom paint job. In the neck is my dad's single coil, Mark Single, and that's going to give you more of that stratty type of tone. And in the bridge is something really cool. It's Jason's pickup that we're recreating for him. Jason played our M22 SD back in the day. We still make the M22 SD. This is actually the M12 SD because it's got 12 pole pieces instead of 22. So it has that old style sound with the ceramic magnet, Alnico 5 thick magnet, but it also sounds more modern because it has the individual pole piece right under the string. Reverse headstock, roasted flame maple board, the really cool yin yang inlays for where the dots go. Of course, the lumen lay super blue side dots, carbon fiber rods, stainless steel jumbo frets, thin neck like Jason likes, and volume and tone control. So that's pretty much it. Quarter sawn maple neck, locking 20:1 ratio tuners, 14-inch fretboard radius. So this is a guitar that Jason spec'd out and said, look, I have a dream to make this guitar come to life. Can you do it for me? And we went back and forth for a couple of years, and here it is. So really excited about it. They're doing really well. We're selling a lot of these guitars, a lot of support for this new Becker model. And keep in mind, too, every time you guys buy a Jason Becker model, part of the proceeds go to help him out with his high medical costs. Unfortunately, obviously Jason's not able to play and do his thing, which, you go back and watch those videos, how great Jason was. It would be amazing to see him, this day now, how even better he would be, if that's even possible, right? So this is a way for you fans to be able to support him, whether it's the new model, the JB200 Bluey, or the numbers guitar, the JB24. Just really trying to give back to Jason as much as we can, and really is awesome for me to have the opportunity to work with him and build this guitar for him. Mahogany body, that's one spec I forgot. I think I got everything else. The specs are online. There is a Jason Becker page. You can order the guitar online, which a lot of people are doing because there's no options, or you can call the guys if there's a particular rep you deal with. Then we'll show off Andy's new guitar, the badass Mr. Andy James. Where am I not getting glare? Is it okay?
Very good right there.
Right there? Okay. Yeah. So you can see these guitars. This is the original AJ. We released an AJ2 a few weeks ago, but this is the original AJ, which is based off of a Crescent, which is a carved top design. You can see that carve there. And all of these guitars are going to have a blacked out center, and they're going to have some sort of a burst around them, and the burst is going to carry over to the back, the burst color, I should say, with the black binding going all the way around. These guitars are very complex to make, both construction, because it's a set through neck, meaning the neck is set into the body, and it stops right before the bridge pickup, 1/8 of an inch actually before the bridge pickup, and then the top is glued on. And it makes for a very complex construction, and then of course the finish is just, they're a lot of work. They're gorgeous. This is something we're going to add as far as options for you guys. This is called Yellow Gold Metallic. You can see it's pretty much self-descriptive in the name of the color, and that's the manufacturer's color. That's not our name. But you can see how good the black and gold really go. Roasted plain maple board with the black inlays. These all come with black hardware. This is an upgraded color, so over the standard AJs, you would pay extra for this color of $200, and then the roasted board would be an upgrade. Other than that, this is a stock AJ with the same electronics, the Evertune bridge, everything that Andy plays. If you're not familiar with Andy James, one of the best, if not the best, 7-string guitar player out there. Check him out. Does a lot of amazing solo stuff, and recently got the gig for Five Finger Death Punch. Pretty cool. And it's one of Andy's favorite bands, actually. So not just a high-profile gig, but something that he's really wanted. So we're definitely happy for him. Here is my deal of the hour. Wow. Look at that thing. It's got a custom finish, obviously, as you can see that, but it has a master grade quilted maple top, black Limbo body, 5-piece maple purple heart neck with a satin finish on the back of the neck, paint matched pickups. Let's see what the radius is on this. I'm guessing it's going to be a standard 14. Yes, still a 14 radius. It's got stainless medium jumbo frets. Black ebony fretboard. It's got the blocks in it, mother of pearl. As far as playability options, there's really no other bells and whistles on it. We have a beryllium neck pickup and a lithium bridge pickup. So for tones, it's 25.5-inch scale. It's got the Keysole trim. And this guitar, I think, would option out a little over $4,000 if we put it in the in-stock. I'm going to let this go for $3,200 shipped. That's only while we're live. So if you like this guitar, you think it's really cool, there's a bunch of other people looking at this guitar thinking it's really cool too. So you better get on that phone, dial 858 Guitars, tell my guys, I want it, have them come in here, I can call out your name, and you can have this very gorgeous guitar. And that comes with the case and shipping for the $3,200. If you miss out and we don't happen to sell it while we're live, we can put it in stock and sell it for full price, which works for me too. So either way, I'm stoked to get somebody into a guitar for a hell of a deal, or to wait and put it in stock and get full price. We don't have a lot of guitars on our in-stock section, so if you've been waiting for something really special, that's pretty damn special. You know, we're doing the best we can to try to add more guitars to our in-stock section, but we're really concentrating on your guys' builds, right? And for the most part, we are delivering the builds on time or early, actually. There are some that are late. A lot of the ones that are late are ones I'm working on. You know, I got flooded with more work than I normally get. Really, it seems like this last year, you guys are really having me do a lot more custom finishes. So I've been busier than I've ever been. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. But I am running a little behind. Where I'm at right now is I am into March are the guitars I'm working on. So what that means is, just because I finished all of February, we're still going to be late on those, because after I'm done, there's still a lot of steps that need to happen on those guitars. You know, from primers to you know, even some clear or some other colors being sprayed on them. You know, color sanding and buffing, fret dressing, final assembly and setup. So we're still going to be a little bit behind on those guitars, but I am starting to get caught up. I've been putting more time out in the shop, which is great and therapeutic at the same time. So let's do questions. Get a sip of water here.
First question is from Mark. He says, "Hey Jeff, why would you want jumbo frets over normal thin frets? Does it help with sustain?"
It wouldn't be a sustain thing. It'd be a feel thing. Some people just want the string to stick further off the fretboard would be the best explanation, so they don't get any finger drag onto their fretboard. And everybody's got a different technique. And there are players that can't play jumbos because they press really hard, and they'll actually they'll bend the string. You know, they'll actually go out of tune. They'll go sharp. So, which isn't good either.
Is there a wait time for the deal of the day?
The wait time is however long it takes you to call in. So $3,200 for the deal of the hour. We switched the name. It was deal of the week, deal of the day, and then really it's deal of the hour, because that deal only lasts while we're live. So once we end, if the guitar has not been sold, it'll be shot and put in stock. What seems to have been happening lately is the guitars have been sold while we're live, right at the end of the live, and so you'll never end up seeing them go in stock because they're selling them in this. I'll walk into the sales office, they're like, "Oh, I just finished it. Here it is. It went to so and so." So not all the time the guys will walk in because sometimes you guys call late in the day.
Can I change the woods on the JB200C?
You can, yeah. It would be anytime we take like a model like that, where it's a tribute model, and you change the woods, we would offer no 10-day trial period. Meaning, we'll do it for you. You'll have full warranty, but the fans, the hardcore fans, are going to want it the way Jason played it. So it's going to be hard for us to resell if let's say you didn't want it after your 10-day trial. So we're not going to take it back, right? It's yours.
If you had to name the custom finish on the Deal of the Hour guitar, what would you name it? Could we get it on a different model, such as an Osiris?
You could get it on another model. I did not do the finish, so it's hard for me to name something that I didn't do. So I'll have to ask Casey. My head painter thought that up and did it, and he killed it, knocked it out of the park. I don't know what I would call it. I would say that finish, if someone wanted to recreate it, is going to end up being 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4 color. It goes yellow, orange, pink to purple. So anytime we do these bursts or fades, we start with a $200 price, and then each color is $50. So you'd be $400 just for the paint job. And then the pickups are paint matched, which are another $200. So that's $600 just for the finish. And then the master grade top. The guitar is probably somewhere around $4,200. I'm letting it go for $3,200, which probably is, probably too low, but it is what it is.
Will the M12 SD pickups be available in other models?
Yeah, you can get that as an option. I just got to add a code into Mass, but you could call a salesperson. They could do a handwritten code for that.
Do you still offer the purple drink finish?
We do, absolutely. That's actually a pretty popular one.
Rob is asking, are you still allowing customers to choose the darkness of the roasted fretboards and necks?
Yeah, when you pair them together, if you get a fretboard and a neck, that's when you get to choose. If you just get a fretboard or you just get a neck, you don't get to. And then you can get light or medium for no charge, and dark is an extra $60, just because we don't have as many dark ones.
Planned sarcasm. Can I get a birthday shout out? Also, once taxes come in, I'm ordering my 3rd build.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Happy birthday, sarcasm. Can't say your name because that's all we know.
Donald is asking, what % Viking are you?
Oh, dang. I guess I would be 25%. Yeah.
Can you show that? Just got here. Can you show that purple one again?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Deal of the Hour. It's a custom one-off finish. We haven't done this before. And my head painter, Casey, did it. It's over a master grade quilted top. It's on a Crescent model. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's got paint matched pickups. Really stoked on how this came out. I have a feeling we're going to get other people wanting this same exact finish, which is not going to be inexpensive to recreate. You're looking at about $600 to recreate this finish.
Jake is asking, recently picked up a used SH550. The pickup covers are smooth without the pull pieces sticking out. Can you describe these pickups and their characteristics?
Yeah, those are our old S22s. It's not a bad pickup at all, but I would say the newer ones are just going to be that much better. For that style guitar, I'd recommend the Berylliums covered, and I think you'd be happy at spending not much money to go and get that upgrade. And you're looking at probably about $130 per pickup with the covers and everything. I think it'd really make a good addition to that guitar.
Any chance of a shorter scale on the CS series?
Yes, we do offer a 24 3/4 California single cut. Something I was actually meaning to talk about. It's something we've done. We also offer P90s on California single cuts and carve tops. So if you're wanting a California single cut, which is our answer to a Les Paul, let's call it what it is, you can get that in 24 3/4. Standard is 25.
Gareth is asking, which is heavier or denser, mahogany or walnut?
Oh, walnut, like by a lot.
I've seen guitars with frets at an angle. What does that do?
It's called multi-scale or fanned frets. If you open the lid of a piano, a hood of a piano, and look inside, you'll see all the strings are at different lengths. Same concept with the guitar. By having the strings at different lengths, you end up with better, not intonation, but better string tension. Intonation's all a product of math, really. Where the nut is, where the bridge saddle is, where the string breaks over the saddle, and then obviously all of your frets in between that area. Everything has to be perfect.
Hey Jeff, any chance of a 22 fret hyperdrive?
No plans for that, sorry.
Can you bring it?
I'm bringing it.
Can burnt chrome hardware be done per request?
It's not something we offer, no.
Are the in-stock guitars former customer builds that just didn't get claimed, or were they built to sell us in stock?
So I would say 90% of those are going to be built to sell as in stock. 5% of them are going to be built because we, started running an option. Maybe we ran an option wrong and we had to make it an extra. Or it could even be a customer had to cancel while it was in the works. I would say 5% of them maybe are customer returns. Very, very few in the big scheme of things. And a lot of times when somebody does return something, they're returning it typically to spend more money and get more options. Is very, very typical. It's not, shouldn't even call it a return, you should call it an exchange. We don't get very many returns.
On the yin yang guitar, can I get an ebony fretboard or have the yin yang inlays staggered on either side of the fretboard?
So you can get an ebony fretboard, but that would be the only change. I'm not going to change the orientation of the inlays.
If we send in our own pickups, what all do we need to include? Pots, wiring, switches?
Well, it depends. If your pickups require specialty pots and switches, that would be a great question at the time of purchasing to make sure we can accommodate that. Generally, all of our switching and pots work for the pickups you're supplying, generally.
Hi Jeff, which models can have an Evertune installed?
Evertune can go on the Andy James, Crescent, Aries, and the new AJ2, I guess. So 2 Andy James and an Aries.
Any chance there's going to be more Cole Roland signature guitars? Because the others are super cool.
They are super cool. We sold out of that limited run. Cole killed it. And I mean, that was it. So, yeah.
Robert is asking, can you guys do a brown splatter finish?
Dang. Shit splatter? I mean, sure, I guess. Over what color, I guess.
Over white.
Oh, dang. I mean, it would show up the best.
The toilet, just like...
Yeah, and then you get maybe put a Hanes logo on there or something. At your whitey tighties. Dang.
What material are Keysole soft cases made out of?
Lots of different materials, actually. They're made up of multiple layers. I don't know off the top of my head all of the materials used. I can tell you this, though. Doing drop testing, even car accidents, unfortunately, we've had some customers get in car accidents. Their Keysoles have been totally fine, but their other brand guitar that was not in a soft case was damaged, destroyed actually. So I can tell you that since we switched over and shifted from a hard, normal, traditional case, a well-built American-made case, to our soft case, we've had way less damages in shipping, almost to no damages. It's literally that much of a difference. You hear the word hard and you think, okay, that's going to protect it better. Doesn't have any padding though. That's the problem, right? What makes the case good, a hard case, is if you were to stand on your guitar or run it over with a car. Well, don't do that, come on. So if you're dropping the guitar, it slips, it falls over, something like that. Someone mishandles it while it's in the case. The soft case is going to do its job better. So I would call it a real world case, where the extreme conditions, just the crush resistance would be better on a hard case. Everything else is better with a soft case.
John is asking, when or will you offer a Keysole P90?
We've talked about it. For now, we're allowing you guys to send in P90s and get them in guitars, which I think is a big step for us. And at some point, maybe we'll have our own. That'd be really cool to do. But, to do our own, that's like a $10,000 investment in molds and all that. It's just, and there's a lot of work to be done. My dad having limited time here, he's only here 2 days a week, trying to be as safe with him as we possibly can. He's 71. We've been really good with the whole, virus thing here, but still trying to protect my dad better. And, he's the one that really helps create these new pickups.
If I like the finish on a guitar you post on Instagram, can I call in and find out the exact specs?
You can, but I guess really the reason for doing that would be to place an order. Meaning, if you're ready to place an order for that same exact guitar, then call my guys and say, hey, I want to get one just like this, and I want to change a few things. But to call in to get the specs, I don't know that really makes a whole lot of sense if you're not ready to throw down, because in a week or two, you're going to see a different Keysole, and you're going to want that probably even more. So I would just wait till you're ready, save that picture, screenshot it, save it in your phone, and when the time comes and you're ready, call my guys,
Joe Brooks is asking, Keysole pink cups?
What's up, Joe Brooks? I think we might have some hopefully some stuff on the horizon for you guys. We'll see.
Jeff, Elon Musk again.
Oh God.
The offer to go to space was not optional. Which guitar are you bringing?
Dang. Oh wow. I guess we're bringing a Type X.
Kieran is asking, how much is the option to get the P90 routes?
You'll have to call the guys. I don't know. I think it's only $50 or $100 on the California single cut or the carved top, but you can call the guys.
I really like Cole Rowland's signature guitar. If I call in, can I get the exact specs to order one?
Yeah, you can order one just like it. The thing you would have to do is you'd have to send in your own EMGs. We only ordered enough to fill those guitars that were placed, so you'd have to send in your own EMGs. And it's not going to be the same price. It's going to be a higher price, right? We did a special pricing run for Cole, and you're going to pay more that you missed out on it, and you're going to have to supply your own pickups.
Jason is asking, can I order an 8-string multi-scale Crescent?
Yes, you can. Yeah, it would be a non-returnable build, but yes, you can.
What's your favorite finish on quilted maple?
That one? No, I don't know. Probably a candy of some sort, probably like blue candy. I really like the green candy, but probably blue would be my favorite.
Robert is asking, Jeff, are you a fan of Steel Panther?
Hair metal in general, not so much. I can appreciate it, but it wouldn't be something that I would purposely go out of my way to listen to. But I can appreciate it.
Could you sell a loaded pickguard for my Delos?
We can, yeah.
Can I upgrade my Delos to purple?
Well, if you've already placed the order, we don't allow any order changes. So if you're talking about something that's in the works, We don't allow changes, and if you're talking about a guitar you already own, I'm not doing any refinishes right now. So I guess the answer would be no either way.
What's the tone for walnut versus mahogany body and neck for a CS3?
Walnut is going to be a brighter sound. It's also going to be quite a bit heavier. I would not recommend it for a CS3. You're talking about a backbreaker and not the traditional tone, to be honest with you.
Shrimp tacos or fish tacos?
Oh, fish for sure. Yeah, well done fish tacos. Hard to beat.
Did adding the Everton to the AJ guitar cause you to make the body any thicker?
It did, yeah.
Gustavo is asking, what's the difference between neck through and bolt on sound wise?
So a neck through, because the bridge is mounted and the strings typically feed through the neck, it's going to be a brighter tone with a little more sustain. Bolt on, because you're mounting your bridge and your strings are feeding through the body, and bodies are typically softer woods, it's going to have more of a punch and a quicker decay. So it's going to kick a little harder.
Can you comment on the thickness of the CS compared to the Les Paul?
Les Paul's still thicker, for sure. I don't know by how much, but it is still thicker.
Is Marco Kubo's signature model still available?
It is, yeah. 6 and 7 string. We actually released the 6 string earlier this year on the website. Before it was call-in only, so now you can get his 6 or his 7. And we added options too, like poplar burl tops, I think Buckeye, Flame Maple, and some other options to Marco Kubo's models.
Hi Jeff, I want that new Jason model. Any chance I can get the one to your left?
No, yeah, this is the very first one. Jason's getting that one. I don't even get that one. So, yeah, Jason gets it. That's his guitar. It's the prototype. And in fact, I sent Jason an email a little bit ago just letting him know it doesn't even have a mahogany body. It's an alder body, the prototype was. So I always give the artist the very first one. So that's his to do what he wants with, and I'll be giving him another one that will have, the mahogany body. So, yeah, he'll be stoked. He's pretty excited. I know he's antsy to get it.
Max is asking, do you do amp repairs?
No, we have nothing to do with amps. Thank God.
How does Koa compare to other tone woods?
Koa would be similar to mahogany. I'd say that'd be the best wood to pair it with, or compare it to, I should say.
Are you guys ever going to offer kits again?
No, I can't see ever doing kits. We can't keep up on full price. Average has been $2,000 guitars. I don't know how I could, find the time to do a $600 kit. We can't. I mean, the quality in our necks, the time, the fretwork, I think that ship has sailed. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I just don't see that happening.
When you order an artist series, how closely do they resemble the original model as far as wood grain and finishes?
Well, wood grain is something we can't duplicate, so it's Mother Nature there. But as far as finishes, I mean, if you get the same finish the artist has, it's going to be as close as we possibly can. If they're solid colors, they should be pretty much spot on. But if it's a translucent, I mean, even the tint of the wood affects that. So we do the best we can, but you can't, reproduce. Like if you look at this guitar, we could go to make another one. It's not going to look just like this one.
James is asking, would you like to have brothers and sisters?
Yes. I tell my kids how lucky they are all the time, and they're like, oh, poor dad was an only child. And I'm like, just appreciate each other. Someday you guys are going to be each other's best friends. And, I wished I had a brother or sister. Wouldn't have mattered to me.
I love your guitars, but do you make basses?
We do make basses, and thank you.
Can you show off that black and yellow guitar?
I don't have a black and yellow. I got a black and gold guitar. Here we go. Mr. Andy James. Look at that. I guess technically yellow gold metallic is the name, so you're not wrong. Yep. Pretty badass. I like it with the regular roasted, the plain maple. What do you think? You know, versus the last one is Bird's Eye.
Bird's Eye.
I like
both
it.
Cool. I don't know, honestly.
Well, I like this better because it like doesn't distract.
For sure.
You know, like you can see his inlay really good, and I told Andy, I'm like, the only thing I changed, and he was like, okay, and he looked, he goes, oh, I'm glad you changed it. It looks better.
Nice.
So as long as he likes it better.
For sure.
The Cali Burst is not listed when I build my solo out. Should I just call?
Yeah, there's a lot of options that are not on the website. I'm sorry for our website operating so poorly. We know. We're aware. But at least you get an awesome guitar, you know. It's not the other way around. You know, it's like you go to a fast food restaurant, you see this burger up there or chicken sandwich or whatever you're into, you're like, dang, that looks good. And then you get it, you're like, what the hell is this shit? You know, this isn't what I ordered. In Savannah's case, a salad.
Will you ever make a 9-string guitar?
No plans on that. I'm not going to say never, but no plans.
I know the single cut body multi-scale 8 is technically discontinued, but can it be ordered as a non-returnable?
It can, yeah, call the guys. I would work with Chris Hong on that one. He does some SCBs himself.
Hey Jeff, what is your favorite guitar model?
I'd say the K series is still my favorite. I mean, it's hard though because, you know, being able to work with so many awesome people, you know, and do these great guitars, you know, it is hard to pick. But I still am going to go with the K series.
Have you ever considered adding a counterweight to the V220 like you did for the Hyperdrive?
No, I haven't.
That new finish your painter came up with is awesome. Is there any new finishes that you have in the works?
I don't have any new finishes in the works. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, even if I did, I would wait till it was done to show you guys. Like when you guys ask about new models, I mean, I'm never going to tell you, oh yeah, wait a month because I got something new coming. I mean, I'm just not going to do that. So the answer is always going to be no.
How is Stevie T off camera? I know he likes your guitars, but do you actually endorse him?
We do. Yeah, we endorse him. He plays our headless guitars. He's great off camera. He is the same off camera as he is on. Identical. No difference.
Can you talk a little bit about care for roasted maple necks and fingerboards?
That's going to be the same as regular plain maple. We actually have a care video on YouTube for fretboard. You can apply that to the back of the neck as well. So check that out.
Does Jeff like Soundgarden?
I do not like Soundgarden.
Rodrigo is asking, are there any differences between an early Keysole model versus a recent one? For example, 2015 versus 2020.
Yeah, quite a few differences. So if you compare original Keysoles to now, lumen lace side dots are standard, stainless steel frets, dual carbon fiber rods in the neck. And even when we first started using the carbon fiber rods, in about 2018, we increased them by 33% stiffer than they were. Actually, they're 50% stiffer than they were. So they're 1.5 times the stiffness of the original ones that we started doing in like late 15. So that changed. Quarter saw necks, which is a big deal stability-wise. Thermo treatment, we started doing that in, I guess it would have been 2018 to really help stabilize the neck further and help try to prevent fret sprout. Fret sprout is never going to go away all the way. And what that is it's when your fretboard shrinks and your fret doesn't, right? Because it's metal and you feel the edge of the tang sticking out. It's something that, you know, we've really put a lot of effort into making sure we reduce it as much as possible. The finishes, even in the last year, you guys see me take a lot of pictures holding guitars. I'm almost dropping them now. Not because they're heavy, that's no problem. It's like when I'm grabbing them, the finishes are so slippery because they're so much better. The gloss finish is so much better. The finish is harder, so it's slicker. It's harder for me to hold on to the gloss ones. Just all of our finishes have gotten better. Our fretwork is better. The quality of the woods, we're just really being a lot more picky. Everything's really gotten a lot better. And you guys can see that, really, I'm sure you guys can. But that's just us wanting to put more into the guitar. We're not having these price increases and not giving you guys anything. From switches, we had a new 5-way switch. It just feels so much better. Every little detail, and that's what we're all about is if something's going wrong or we're having an issue with something, we want to fix it and improve it. We're not looking to save money here. We're looking to build the best damn guitars.
Is Mahogany with your carbon fiber rods stable enough for the Tropics, or should I go with a 5-piece Mahogany neck?
It is stable enough, but a 5-piece is still going to help. And what it's going to help is when your moisture, it changes a lot. It's not so much temperature. I mean, that does affect things, but it's really the moisture. So if you're in the tropics and it's consistently, probably 50 to 70% humidity, it'll probably be fine. It's just if you're in, let's say, Arizona, and it goes from like 10% humidity to it could rain and be 50 or 60%, that's a problem. That's when you're going to have more neck issues as desert people. It's people all the time that are, on the coast are worried, but it's really people that are farther inland are the ones that need to be worried about it. Because when you get that rain, that humidity just goes through the roof. It rains on the coast, it doesn't change that much, humidity-wise.
Curtis is asking, is that gold on the Any James signature available to do under a crackle finish for another model?
Yes, and you should do it. That will look badass. I want to see this.
Can you get the Greg Howe pickup set on in HD?
Yep.
What's your favorite to play, 6, 7, or 8-string guitars? 6.
How many of your specialty finishes do you typically get through during your day?
Oh man, I can go a week without even working on a guitar. Just depends. My weeks are they're random, and I'm on 4-day weeks. So just depends on my weeks. I mean, there'll be weeks where that's all I do is work on guitars. And I can get through quite a few, and then there's times where I got, when you're wearing different hats, you got other things to do. And man, trust me, I'd rather be in the back working on guitars and dealing with some of the other stuff that you have to deal with being a business owner.
What is your favorite color guitar?
Favorite color guitar? Probably blue ones. I mean, if we're looking at color tones, probably blue ones, but I don't have that many blue guitars, ironically.
Steak or lobster?
Both.
Hot Pocket or PB&J?
I eat PB&J every day for lunch, so I got to go with that.
Aerosmith or Boston?
Boston.
How would you describe...
Oh, come on, that was fun. I liked that, the comparison.
That was all of them.
How would you describe the standard neck profile?
Very comfortable, very playable. You pick up a Keysole and it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like a broken-in pair of slippers. For you dads out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Why is roasted maple such a popular neck now? What's your opinion on roasted maple necks?
I mean, why it's popular is a lot of companies are using them. And anytime you have a lot of companies showing things off and using them and players wanting them, we're going through a trend right now. And I think that trend will last a little longer and then it will die down somewhat it'll still be a popular option, but not to the level that it has been. Just like we've seen active pickups. Everyone wants Fishmans. That will go away. People will be like, oh, why am I playing actives? Passives sound so much better. That will happen again. We see this trend. And, trends are going to come and go in any industry. 8 strings were really big at one point, and now they're not nearly as big. But the big deal with roasted is, it looks cool, number one. That's aesthetically, people are gravitating towards it because it's like, whoa, what is that? I mean, you look at this guitar and that roasted flame board sets the guitar off. Otherwise you'd have another color that's kind of complementing, but not complementing enough, meaning the creaminess of the maple doesn't match the white good enough. So by having it roasted, it really clashes, sets off those inlays. You can see the white on the inlays. And then it also looks vintage, right? It looks like a worn-in maple board. And with roasting, you have more stability. What it does to the wood is it makes it so it doesn't want to move as much, which is good and bad. When you have wood that doesn't want to move, it is more brittle, but it doesn't want to move. So the way we do our roasting here is a slower process. It's a different process. And we don't get the wood too brittle. Some woods are way too brittle, and we experienced that when we were experimenting early on with buying roasted woods from companies. And these are companies supplying a lot of the other guitar companies. And we're having chip outs and problems, in production, and we decided not to offer it. The demand got so high, it was like, well, let's buy our own oven. And so we invested about $20,000 buying our own oven, figuring it all out, and then offering roasted wood. So we do everything here in-house. We have the control over it to make sure that we're not over roasting. Yeah, they can look pretty and all that, but some of those woods, how are they going to be in 5, 10, 15 years? I don't know. And I'm not comfortable warranting something like that unless, we can stand behind it.
Craig is asking, hey Jeff, a friend of mine ordered a Chris Letchford 8-string model, even though they're discontinued. Are there exceptions for certain discontinued models?
Depends. You'd have to call the guys.
When is the next shop walk?
I don't know. Not sure.
Jonathan is asking, will the Holdsworth HH2 always be available?
That's the plan.
Will there be a pickguard option for the solo?
Be pretty cool if there was.
Scott is asking, are tongue roll finishes good for tone?
I think so.
Pantera or Avenged Sevenfold?
Pantera, man. That was the easiest one of all of those. I love Pantera.
Do you like scalloped frets?
No. That was one of my very first CDs.
Which I'll...
Vulgar Display of Power.
It's a good one.
Yeah, man. That was like, literally like going down to Sam Goody and buying a CD. That was one of the very first CDs I ever bought, was Pantera.
That's a
Hell yeah.
First CD to be able to buy.
Yep, and it had the parental advisory sticker on it. I remember I was like, oh, yes. I was so excited. Listening to some of the songs, and they're like, yeah, and you get all pumped and you're all excited, and my mom was like, turn that shit down. What are they saying? You're gonna die. That's the devil's work.
Leo with 22 frets and single coils.
No plans on that one. Get an HD.
Do you recommend a Zeus with a black Limbo body and black Limbo neck?
It's actually a pretty popular thing on a Zeus. I think it's because it's a single cut. I think that's a great setup. If that's what you want, I would not discourage that. One of our, great artists, David Maxim, that's what he plays. Maybe that's where you're drawing a little bit of that inspiration from, but I wouldn't discourage anybody on a smaller body guitar to go Limbo. Limbo can be a little heavy. That's the only thing that I want to educate people on. But with the smaller body guitar, I think that's okay.
Do you have a favorite Pantera song?
I don't know, probably walk. I mean, it gets me going, man.
Any plans to get 2 girls to read the questions once a month?
Any plans to get 2 girls to read the questions? I don't know how that would be helpful. I mean, unless we like flip the camera around and then like I was over here and you didn't see me. I mean, I guess if we did that, that could be helpful. But if you don't see them, are you guys tired of hearing guys, or what's the deal with that?
I'm tired of hearing Brandon. 3 or 5-way switch?
5-way. Yeah, the single coil positions sound really good. Positions 2 and 4, man. And then the way we will wire a 5-way is we'll wire the humbuckers to be dual split in the middle, and it sounds really good. A lot of people don't realize that's how we wire our guitars. We're like, why does it sound so good? We're like, because it's dual single coil, man. So it's still getting humbucking because it's getting the hum canceling, but it just sounds great.
Hey Jeff, if I buy a Keysole secondhand, is it still covered under the 5-year warranty?
It is not. No, warranties are not transferable.
Pantera is trash. Smash Mouth is an actually good band.
Yeah, nice try.
Mike is asking, do you drink on the weekends?
No, I don't drink at all. I've been sober for, it'll be 10 years April 1st. Can't believe it's been that long.
Where do you get your inspiration for the paint jobs?
Oh, I don't know. Just thinking of neat colors, something that'll look cool. I don't know. But just do it, right? You know, it's like if you're getting inspiration from something else or someone else, it's not going to look like your own. So nobody, you know, which is the right answer for anybody doing anything. You know, if you're a band and you got all your inspiration from one band and you sound too much like them, you know, or you're an artist doing something, you're doing paintings and all your inspiration's from this one artist and start looking like him, that's not good. So really nobody. I stay in my lane, I stay in my bubble, and there's times I'll do something and I'm like, check this out, and the guys are like, yeah, that's been done before. I'm like, what? By who? Like, oh, 20 years ago, or like, oh shit, I didn't know. Happens.
Alan is asking, can you do a 27-inch scale on a Delos?
No, we can't.
Did you know we could see up your shorts?
You see anything good? Is that why you're buying Kiesel's? You like that, huh? The funniest thing was how Zach laughed before he read the comment. There's not much to see up there anyway, guys. I drive a lifted truck. Actually, it's not lifted. It's just a big diesel. But my last truck was actually lifted. So that should tell you a lot right there.
Can you do a raw tone finish on any bodywood?
Not on any bodywood. There's some that we won't do it on. You have to call the guys for more info on that. And the reason why we select not to do it on some woods, they just don't look that great, to be honest.
How is Dan Sugarman in real life?
He's awesome. Sugar tits. My man. Was that Dan asking that? That'd be funny. Dan's asking that question. No, he's great. Yeah, I mean, really, like the Keysole artists, they're great people. And for the most part, I've hung out with all of them. I mean, we have some newer artists that, you know, with the pandemic and all that, or even, you know, travel, I haven't been able to meet in person. But for the most part, I've hung out with all of them, and they're great people. That's what we want. We want great people. And I don't mind people that will tell it how it is, you know, like Al Joseph, Andy James. Love those guys because that's how I am. I'm going to tell you how it is. And, you know, I don't have to be for everybody, and I'm okay with that. But you want people to treat people good still at the same time, you know. So that's kind of the balance there.
Ryan is asking, hey Jeff, what's your favorite amp?
My battery-powered Black Star.
How old were you when you first started working on guitars?
It's my most reliable amp. 8.
Jonathan is asking, could you recap the deal of the hour?
$3,200. Buy it. No. It's fuck. It's a badass guitar. It's got a master grade top, master grade quilted top. So I think the top alone on this is going to be about $1,000. The finish is about a $600 custom finish with paint matched pickups. The guitar is going for $3,200. You can call my guys for more info. If it does not sell while we're live, it's going to go in stock for full price. I'm guessing somewhere in the $4,000 range. So it's your opportunity to get a hell of a deal on a hell of a guitar. Beautiful black Limbo body, 5-piece maple purple heart neck with a satin finish on the back of the neck, gloss body, gloss top, 14-inch radius, medium jumbo frets, standard neck profile. I think it has standard neck profile. Maybe it has thinner. Yeah, it has a thinner neck profile, which on the Crescent is the way to go. The necks are a little thicker on a Crescent, so a thin is the way to go.
Is there such thing as half a hollow body?
No, not half of a hollow body. I mean, not with us at least. I mean, you can have a chambered guitar, which would be a lot less than a hollow body. And there's semi-hollows, is probably what you're thinking of, rather than half hollow.
Would you get along with your high school self?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever made an endorsement offer to a non-Keysole player?
Yeah. That's what you do before they're Keysole players, and not everybody says yes. Absolutely.
Will you ever make a tribute bass with a carbon logo again?
No plans on that. Mm-mm.
Can you install a kill switch on request?
We can.
Anything in the works for getting Taj Farron as a signature Keysole player?
Taj is a signed Keysole artist. He's a hell of a player. We'll see what the future holds. He's got a long future ahead of him. Very talented, very good kid, too. I will tell you that. He's got a good head on his shoulders. His parents are great people. And I met the whole family, mom, dad, grandma. I met all of them, and Nam 2 years ago, and great people. Or Nam last year, I guess it was, not 2 years ago, shit.
Do you want to spin the wheel?
I want to spin the wheel. All right. This is the thing that I dread the most. Don't land on story time. I don't have shit. Speed questions. Yeah, bitch. Hell yeah. Woo! Like, story time. I'm sitting over here and it's like, story time. Shit, I don't know what to say. And then Zach's over there with all the ideas, and then it ended really well. But it's hard when you sit over here because I sit over here, I'm unrehearsed. It's all natural. I'm just telling you, being honest. And if you don't know your stuff, you can't answer questions, right? So when I'm in my element, it's all fine, but it's like, story time. Oh, give me a topic. Like, I'm like drawing a blank over here. Speed questions, let's do it.
I had a good topic then for story time.
Okay, what's story time then? What do you want?
It was funniest time you got hurt at work.
Oh, shit.
Like a workplace accident with you that ended up being funny.
Well, it wasn't at work. Can I do like the shop at home?
No.
Oh. Funniest workplace accident. I don't know. I can't think. I mean, I can't remember getting hurt here. I mean, I've cut my fingers open with razor blades. I've glued my fingers together working on stuff. Not really hurt. I've had to cut my fingers open because I glued them together, my two fingers one time. It actually is pretty easy to do on some of the stuff that I do. It's actually pretty easy to do. I can't think of any time that I've gotten hurt here. Oh, I mean, I fell.
That's what I was thinking.
Shit. I wasn't working though. I keep my race tires here. Oh shit. And this is just last year, like, I don't know, maybe like October. And we have a basket that we hook to a forklift, and you get inside the basket and, you know, they raise you up or whatever. Well, everybody's gone, so I'm by myself and my tires are up and I'm like, I can get those. So I stand on this basket and the bar is like maybe like a 1-inch bar. And I got Adidas on, and they weren't my new ones, they were my old ones, so they're really worn out. So I don't have very good tread on my shoe. And there's dust on the bar. I didn't see the dust. And I'm like getting my tires and my feet slip right out. I busted my ass. I fell super hard. And I had a bruise, Zach, like that big, huh? Like right below my ass. Like, and it turned black. And I was in a lot of pain. I fell, slam, super hard. So I get up and I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, but I don't want to make any noise. I don't want anybody to know I fell. I didn't want anybody to know I got hurt. So I start trying to walk it off, you know. Anthony, my accountant, comes out of the office over here and goes, oh God, is everybody okay? Did somebody die? And I'm like, what? What happened? What do you mean? He's like, oh, I thought I heard something. I'm like, I didn't hear anything. He turns around, goes in his office, and I'm like barely able to walk. I get home and I show my wife. She's like, she was so mad at me. She got so pissed off. Yeah, that was a good time. That hurt. So speed questions, I guess. Let's do it.
Can I get an all gloss black headstock on an Andy James?
Sure.
What do you look for in an artist when deciding on endorsements?
I mean, really how they engage their audience is important. How they treat their fans. You know, if we like the band, I mean, if it's a band, not all of our Keysole artists are very good on social media. I mean, I look at some of our guys, they haven't posted almost all year because they're used to posting pictures people take of them. And they're not really good at the social media thing. So you can't look at just social media. But they got to, you know, when you meet them in person and stuff, they have to have that good energy. I hate to sound like a hippie there, but I mean, seriously, like they just have to put out good vibes, and you know if they're the right person or not. And we've made some bad judgments on people, and it's like, oh God, you know, and then we're not with, you know, they're not with us anymore, and thank goodness, right? So that's happened, but you know, it is what it is. And some people could say the same thing about us, I'm sure. Not everybody's going to click, you know. That wasn't speed questions. This is speed. That was a terrible answer. Let's go. Come on. Speed questions.
I was waiting for you to.
Damn it.
Is the piezo possible on a Leia?
No.
What do you think of Metallica?
They're good.
What woods would you recommend on a CS6?
Mahogany, maple top, flame maple.
Do you have a quality engineer in your facility, and when do I start working for you?
Yes, I am that engineer.
Can you play a Zeus Acoustic without an amp?
Yes, but it's not loud.
Who do you think is the first real metal band?
Oh, God. I don't know. Pantera? I don't know.
What pickups would you suggest for blues rock?
Berylliums?
What do you think?
Oh, boy.
What do you think of the person that's been asking it's a certain account, but he's been asking all the metal Pantera questions?
What do I think about him?
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't know. You're giving me some content. Thanks.
Was the guitar next to you originally purple before it was left in the sun?
Oh, dang. I don't know, man. I'm not going to fire back at you. You be nice.
This is the last one, but favorite movie?
I don't know. A New Hope. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Sorry. Looks like that's all the time we have today. So thanks for hanging out. If you guys have questions, of course, call my guys. Anybody out in Texas, man, I hope you guys get your power soon. You know, we have some of our artists out there. It's a bummer to see you guys struggling with that electricity and with the cold weather. Hope you guys are all safe out there. And on that note, call my guys, get your dream build in. We're quoting 12 to 16 weeks. Starting to get more caught up because we're working a lot of overtime for you guys. And